Our next honoree is a favorite award of ours, the Friend of Off-Broadway Award. A Friend of Off-Broadway Award always makes us smile, and it's because we really care about our friends. And our best friends aren't just fun to be around, although they're a lot of fun to be around. They also care about us. We know they're in our corner, and they make us feel understood. Of course, sometimes they tell us things we don't want to hear. But really, only your closest friends can be counted on for that. So for 2 decades, Helen Shaw has been a critic who meets every show, no matter how scrappy or strange, with clarity, curiosity, and care. She gives us the gift of insightful and illuminating commentary, like her deep dive into Jackie Sybil Dury's Fairview, you remember that, which opened up both the play and the audience's role inside it. And she's consistently had an eye for emerging voices. Her early praise for nervy and daring musicals like A Strange Loop and Operation Mincemeat helped put them on the path to Broadway. But her insight and influence go beyond any particular production. Her 2016 American Theatre Wing piece, The State of Play, offered a bird's-eye view of a field in flux, urging both artists and critics to rethink old assumptions and stay open to the new. More recently, in The New Yorker's The Show Can't Go On, there's a title for you, she took on the impact of both COVID and slashed art funding on the live performance world, capturing the grief, frustration, and the stubborn hope that have always kept Off-Broadway going, even in tough times. Helen doesn't just chronicle the theater, she's in it and of it. She champions the risky, the intimate, and the unlikely, whether it's in a 30-seat room in Bushwick or a celebrated opening in the Village. She shows up with open eyes and a deep love for the form. Today, we're just confirming what everyone in the theater already knows and deeply appreciates. Helen Shaw is not just a wonderful critic and writer, she's also our friend. So, please help me welcome and thanks our new BFF, a true friend of Off-Broadway, Helen Shaw. Hey, buddy. You bet. Thank you. I'm going to hold that so I can hold that.
So on my way in here, I was mentioning my husband, Bobby, a little bow there, that I've never been here because Sardi's, Sardi's has actors in it, and probably the thing I'm most afraid of are actors. And I think that's probably true of so many critics. We're sort of creepy, shadowy people who sort of, if you've ever seen a critic leave a show, the word scuttle has come into your mind. We fear the light. And so I was hugely touched to get this award, also because last year you gave it to Adam Feldman, who now I'm his equal again, and so I'll be able to meet his eyes. But more importantly, critics we have so many personal shortcomings, but the one thing we have going for us is we go to shows. And I have really just one kind of morality bar for people, which is, do they go to shows? And if they do, they're good people. And I'm very, very glad that despite the fact that sometimes our relationship is fraught or difficult, that what you see is that actually critics passionately love this form. The other thing I wanted to say to thank the Off Broadway Alliance is when I was writing first in New York, I was writing at Time Out New York, and I was the third string below Adam Feldman. That competition still rankles. And so all the shows I saw were off Broadway, because one of the defining characteristics of Broadway, hello Broadway producers, is they don't let critics in if they're not reviewing them. And so I didn't see a lot of stuff because I was a poor critic, and so every single show I saw for maybe 16 years was off Broadway. So to me, it's such a strange title, isn't it? That off Broadway, which is actually the true body of performance production and passionate art making in the city, is in some way in reference to Broadway. And I am happiest in a small theater. The smaller the better. And I think that the warmth of that connection, the warmth of that exchange is the reason I go to 250 shows a year. And everybody in this room is in some way responsible for allowing me to do that without paying, and I want to really thank you for that. Because that would be challenging. The people who are at my table right now include my two editors at The New Yorker, Valerie Steiker and Shauna Lyon. And I would also say that I'm very grateful to every editor, particularly them right now, but also editors I've worked with in the past, who have found off-Broadway and off-Broadway important to cover. In that Show Can't Go On piece, I leave out a big component of why the theater is struggling so much right now, because I'm a part of it, which is the devastating cliff edge plunge in coverage. Every editor, Valerie, Shauna, but also Chris Bonanos, David Cody, Adam Feldman, who has ever said yes to me covering a piece of off-Broadway or off-Broadway theater, has done something for which I'm continually grateful. So thank you so much. Also, thanks to anyone who keeps reading criticism. Clicks matter. And it's beyond my capacity to express how grateful I am for those invitations, those 250 invitations every year that make my life a roller coasters and bowls of fudge, and like the best life in the world is the life of a theater critic. So if anyone is looking for a second profession, theater critic is it. Thank you so much. Thank you.